to step back, when to say less, and when to let her fill the silence with thoughts of you. When you end conversations early, leaving her wanting more instead of less. When you say things that leave a lasting mental fingerprint. Words that echo in her mind long after you're gone. When you dare to go dark for a bit, not out of anger or games, but out of strategic calm and self-respect. And when you use her name not as a casual filler, but as a quiet, intimate call that lingers, you become something almost mythical in her world. You become the unknown. She craves to understand the emotion she can't shake, the presence she feels even when you're not there. This is the power of Stoic paradox. Restraint, breeding, desire. Silence, breeding. Pursuit, mystery, breeding, connection. This isn't about playing games, it's about playing your highest version of yourself. The man who is confident enough to let go, wise enough to be unpredictable, and calm enough to command attention without chasing it. If you felt the weight of chasing someone who never called back, if you've experienced that aching doubt when she goes quiet, then it's time to change the game. Not by trying harder, but by doing less. By mastering these steps I shared today, you will start to see the difference. She will text, she will call, she will reach out, drawn to the space you create, compelled by the questions you leave unanswered. So here's what I want you to do right now. Subscribe to Stoic Paradox. If you're serious about mastering this silent power and becoming the man who's not just noticed, but unforgettable, hit that like button. If you're done chasing and ready to command with calm confidence, and don't forget to comment below. Tell me which step you're going to put into practice first. Your story could inspire another man stuck in the same cycle. We're building a community of men who choose power over panic, wisdom over want. Remember, the strongest man in the room is often the quietest. The one who doesn't rush for answers but lets the silence speak volumes. This is Stoic Paradox, where less is always more, and calm is your greatest weapon. I am honoured to be part of your journey. Stay sharp, stay patient, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. That emotional thread again. Why? Because she didn't expect it. She wasn't prepared. You left her in a state of emotional momentum, not boredom. And that's exactly when desire starts, not when a woman has all the answers, but when she has questions. Why did he leave? Was he really busy or just not that interested? Will he text me later? Her mind opens loops. It desperately wants to close. And here's the twist. You don't close them. You don't rush back in. You leave space. You become the question. Because in that silence, you grow in value. You go from just another guy in her inbox to the man. She can't quite figure out the man. She has to text just to feel some kind of certainty again. That's the power of the unexpected goodbye. When done right, it doesn't just end a conversation. It ignites pursuit. Step 2, leave a mental fingerprint. Think about the last time someone said something to you that stuck. Something random, maybe even simple, but it echoed in your mind days later. That's what you need to create. A mental fingerprint, a line, a vibe, a moment. You can't erase. Most guys focus on saying what's nice or safe. You need to say what's felt. Something slightly bold, slightly unusual, slightly off balance. It could be as simple as looking her in the eye and saying, "You know, there's something about you that's unpredictable. I like that." And then say nothing more. Don't explain it. Don't follow up. Just let it sit. You're planting a seed in her mind that will grow in silence. Why did you say that? What did you mean? Is it a compliment or a challenge? That's the point. The more unanswered questions you leave behind, the more space you take up in her head. When you say something unique, direct, slightly mysterious, and then walk away, it creates what psychologists call a cognitive itch. And the only way she can scratch that itch is to come back to you, to text, to call, to re-engage. That's how high-value men leave impressions. Not with emojis, not with overused lines, but with emotionally loaded phrases that tap into her curiosity and linger. So don't try to be perfect. Be precise. Leave her with a fingerprint she can't wipe off. Step 3, go dark just for a bit. Here's where 99% of guys panic and where stoic men win. After a great interaction, most guys get addicted to the response. She laughs, he texts more, she replies, he doubles down. But what does that do? It makes you predictable. And predictable men never create obsession. If you want her calling, texting, wondering, you need to go dark just for a bit. Not in a ghosting way, not to punish her, but to reset the dynamic after you drop that unexpected goodbye or leave that mental fingerprint. Don't follow up. Don't react to her stories. Don't check in the next day. You let the silence do the work. You create emotional gravity. She starts to feel the absence. She replays what you said. She wonders what you're doing. And in that wondering desire builds, this is where most men fail. They get uncomfortable with the silence and break it. But the stoic man harnesses it. He understands that women are emotional thinkers. And when she can't predict you, she can't control you. That makes you infinitely more intriguing. So go dark, just long enough to shift her emotional rhythm. Let her miss your energy. Let her feel the contrast between your presence and your silence. And when she texts you first, don't celebrate. Don't gush. Stay calm. Stay centered. That's what keeps the tension alive. Step 4, use her name, then disappear. This one's surgical, subtle, powerful, and devastatingly effective, when done right. If you've had a conversation with her and you're about to end it, try this. Say her name slowly, like it means something, then follow it with a short, emotionally toned sentence. Something like, Emily, you're something else. And then you disappear. No follow-up, no double text, nothing. What you've just done is combine 3 powerful psychological triggers: personalization, emotional mystery, and open-loop tension. When someone hears their own name, especially from someone they're intrigued by, it activates a part of their brain tied to identity. Add that to a vague, emotionally loaded phrase and leave it hanging, her mind explodes. What did he mean by that? Was that a compliment? Is he into me or not? And the fact that you disappear right after that, you don't immediately reward her with more attention. That's what makes it addictive. That's when the phone starts buzzing. That's when you become the unanswered question that lingers in her thoughts. At 2 a.m, use this move sparingly with intent, and always, always walk away at the peak, because when you do this, right, her heart starts chasing what her logic can't explain. Here's the truth. Few men dare to admit attraction isn't won by being loud, desperate, or overly available. It's won by mastering the art of absence, knowing exactly when. Have you ever just stared at your phone hoping it would light up? Waiting for her name to pop up on the screen, you replay the last conversation in your head, analysing every word, every pause, every little thing you said, and wondering if maybe you came on too strong, or maybe not strong enough. You start to question yourself. Should I text her? Should I wait? Should I double text? Or maybe she's just busy. Maybe she's not even thinking about me. And here's the brutal truth. If she's not calling or texting you, she's not thinking about you the way you want her to. But don't take that as defeat. Take it as a signal, because right now you're probably doing what every other guy is doing. You're trying to stay on her radar by being nice, by being available, by, over-investing. But here's what women will never tell you. The man who makes her obsessively check her phone isn't the one who tries the hardest. It's the man who knows how to leave the right emotional fingerprint. It's the man who exits the conversation at the exact moment. Her curiosity peaks. The man who doesn't flood her with attention, but makes her crave it. the man who plants a thought so vividly in her mind that hours later she's replaying you in her head while staring at the ceiling. And here's the twist you don't need looks, money, or some complicated pickup strategy. You just need to understand the psychology of tension. You need to know when to lean in and when to pull back. Because when you learn how to spark emotional tension in the right way, something magical happens. She reaches out, she calls, she texts, she checks in. Not because you asked, not because you chased, but because something about you lingers. Something about you pulls her in, and she doesn't even know why. That's the power of doing this one thing, right? And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, step by step. No fluff, no fake tactics, just raw, real insight that turns you from the guy she forgets into the man she can't stop thinking about. Now listen closely, because of what I'm about to tell you isn't based on gimmicks, trends, or recycled dating tips floating around the internet. This is deeper, older, timeless, the kind of truth that ancient warriors, emperors, and high-value men throughout history lived by, even if they never said it out loud. And it's this: a woman doesn't obsess over you because you're always there. She doesn't crave you because you're consistent or polite or endlessly available. She starts to crave you when she feels that subtle emotional imbalance, that beautiful tension, that sense of, he's not chasing me, but why can't I stop thinking about him? Most men never learn how to create that. They're too busy texting first, double texting, oversharing, and staying nice, thinking that if they just show her how good they are, she'll finally notice. But that's not how it works. Women aren't wired to desire predictability. They're wired to chase the unknown. And the men who master this don't beg, don't plead, and don't wait. They walk away at the right moment. They say, less mean more, and leave just enough space for her to feel their absence. That space, that silence, that's where desire is born. And here on Stoic Paradox, we don't play surface-level games. We don't teach you how to be fake or flashy. We teach you how to embody presence, power, stillness. We teach you how to become the kind of man a woman doesn't just want, but remembers. So if you're tired of being the guy who tries too hard, if you're done watching her ignore your messages while she responds to some guy who barely gives her attention, and if you're ready to become the man who flips the script, makes her chase you, then lock in, because this video is about to show you exactly what to do. And once you understand this, she'll be the one reaching out wondering what it is about you. She just can't shake. Step 1. The power of the unexpected goodbye. Here's something most men will never understand. Leaving too late kills attraction, staying in a conversation too long, waiting for the perfect moment to end it, trying to squeeze out one more laugh, one more compliment, one more reply. It all feels nice in the moment, but it destroys mystery. It kills the tension. And when tension dies, so does her emotional investment. But when you master the unexpected goodbye, something powerful happens. You create an emotional interruption. Think of it like this. You're in a great conversation with her. She's laughing, she's leaning in, she's emotionally open. And instead of dragging the moment on, instead of overstaying your welcome, you smile. Lean back slightly and say something like, "Hey, I've got to run, but I've enjoyed this." And then you leave. Clean sharp. No awkward pause, no trailing off. You just end it on a high note, like a song that fades out right before the chorus hits again. And now her brain aches for resolution. She replays what you said. She wonders where you went. She opens your chat thinking about replying just to